Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Sun card. Joy, blessings, abundance, but more importantly, an easier week, right? This is a time where you literally get kind of like a cosmic green light, or a moment where you can just kind of ease into the way that things are going. So this is fantastic. I really like this for you. What I will say to you is with the Sun card as well, this can be a card of travel or connections to international or things from overseas. What I love most about this card as well, it kind of suggests that this is going to be a very active week for you. So you might notice that this week you're a little bit busier than usual. And remember, this week, the best way for you to shine is to be your true, authentic self. One of the things that I love most about Virgos is what you see is what you get. They generally don't have time or energy for facades. So it's kind of like literally what you see is what you get. But this week, whatever or whoever or however you consider yourself, lean into that. Let people see you in all of your glory in the way that you are, right? This is about really allowing yourself to shine in some way, shape or form. But it does suggest in all of these areas of life, there are easy, better blessings available. What I always say about this card is it enhances your blessings. So the good things that are showing up easily find you, or are easier for you to lean into. And it diminishes the challenges. So whatever issues or challenges you might have come up this week, they will either be short-lived or they'll be a lot less than they would have been otherwise. With that said, let me bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options, sorry. Wow, okay, you've got the High Priestess. This is powerful, right? So the Sun card could literally be either an idea or a blessing of some sort that comes in. With the actions and options as the High Priestess, this is you getting a very powerful intuition, something that you really feel on a very deep, visceral level is likely to be revealed to you this week that could end up being lucrative. It could end up being very healing. This could also be something for some of you as well. This could be a week where your personal brand of intuition is blown wide open. And what I mean by this is you could have an experience like, you know, the buzzword at the moment is an awakening. That's really unfair. Let me backtrack. If you've been with me long enough, you know I get quite frustrated with, you know, the way that things are just kind of, it's a fad. Do you know what I mean? It's not something to try on and put down. It's a path, it's a process, it's a journey. But for lack of better terminology, and probably being lazy, this week you could have an awakening, or at least a deeply powerful spiritual insight that really shifts your understanding and maybe even your personal vibration. This could also be a week where not only are you having like a powerful insight about something or intuition, it'll be spot on. Like it will be so like, you know, like on the needle head, that people will be like, whoa, like that's a real psychic moment. All right. The other thing with this as well, because this is your actions and options, you have an option or an opportunity this week to reveal something about yourself that may be challenging, might be hard, maybe something that you've, you know, wanted to keep under wraps. And it's like the way that it's received is stellar. Like people are seeing this aspect of you or this part of you and they're like, wow, you know what, you know, it endears people to you. And it might be something that you've been really like, oh, you know, I didn't want to admit this, I didn't want to tell anybody, or, you know, I don't know how this makes people look at me or whatever. It's like, that's not a thing. What really is important here is that you're getting this out into the world, and by doing so, it's like people only love you more for it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Judgment card. This is a big week, guys, really big week. Remember with the Judgment card, that's the regeneration. So you're having a conversation this week that really sparks a conversation, a realization, an insight that really sparks some sort of very deep transformational shift that takes place on an energetic level, but on a soul and psyche level for a lot of you as well. There's a feeling here, and it's an image that comes up every so often for me, and if you've been with me long enough, you'll have heard this in maybe one of my other videos. There's a film from the 80s/90s called The Dark Crystal. And there's the thing called the crystal shard, and it's like, in order to heal the crystal and make it light once more, the shard needs to be replaced. There's something here, like when a bone is reset, there's an instant rightness to it. There's something here this week that is either revealed to you that's either revealed to you or shared by you that has like an element of yes. That was what I needed. This is, it's the sun, but it's not like that sickly sweet, oh, this could be nice kind of sun card this week. This is something profound shifts. There's a conversation, there's a revelation, there's an insight, there's a spiritual awakening or movement of some kind that happens on a deep level that sees you kind of, wow, okay, this is really happening. For those, when it comes to those of you that are studying, the Judgment card with the Sun card is potentially the recognition that you've waited for, or the understanding that actually you know how to do this. All right, like it's wonderful. For a lot of you, I think this is where you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or understanding that you're ready to take this all the way. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is the rewards and the results for something that maybe in the back of your mind you were like, they didn't even say thank you. Right? Maybe something in the back of your mind you had kind of thought, maybe I'll never get a thanks for this, but I know it was a good piece of work. You could get that this week. When it comes to your those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is something that you have been working on or towards for a very long time that now starts to not only gain traction, but gain recognition, popularity. It starts to come full circle. This is you gearing up for a very big change when it comes to your business. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, if you don't have a spiritual path, by the time this week is done with you, you absolutely will. You're not going to be able to ignore this. You are evolving. For your love and relations, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. This with the High Priestess. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you and your partner having a very deep conversation about something that really has tested your patience. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could literally be let's say you and your partner, this is just an example, you're fixing up an old car. You're going to have problems on that journey, right? You're going to have issues, but there's something that you've put a lot of patience in together that now starts to come good, gives you a different perspective. And this is that moment where there's some kind of healing that takes place within your relationship. And that's not to say that there's been an issue. It's just to say that there's some kind of, something's being put right. All right, I got my neck is like and for a select few of you as well, for those of you that are single at least, that Seven of Pentacles with the Sun card and with the High Priestess, this is potentially some of you looking at someone that you've known for a long time, maybe been friends with for a long time, and this is specifically for those of you that are single. You could be looking at someone and going, wow, you've been under my nose all this time and I never ever saw you that way, or I never, do you know what I mean? You could suddenly be seeing a friend very differently. You could suddenly be, maybe that friend is seeing you very differently. Either which way, this will be somebody that you've been probably in each other's orbit or you've known for a long time, where suddenly something more than a friendship starts to develop from it, specifically for those of you that are single. For your money and materials, you've got the Empress. Could you say some for the rest of us? Right, wow. So look, your finances and your resources are about to take a very big uptick. This week, you've got financial opportunities and blessings. You've got potentially big conversations that lead to big rewards or resources. For some of you, this is a this is a profound shift in your understanding or your attitude or relationship with money. There's some big change that's taking place here on that regard. For your physical health and vitality, I like the Empress, but it does look like a lot of you could be really paying attention to your image. Maybe you're starting to go to the gym. Maybe you're thinking about getting a makeover, changing the hair. Like there's something here where it's like, you know what, I'm ready to do things differently to look and feel better. When it comes to your home and environment, the Empress, when it comes to home, this is you beautifying the home, making it more comfortable, making it more luscious. For some of you, this could be looking at a place that you want to live. It could be that you're starting to work on the home that you have now so that you can move to the next one, or you are lining up the home, right? So either which way, this is a stellar week. It's just massive. And I gotta say, and I don't say this very often, and especially not to your sign, because you guys are very practical, but I think you're going to remember this one for a long time to come. There's a lot of really great and very profound inner change here, but you're also going to see it on the external planes as well. And your Mercury, your ruler, is also newly direct this week, which was going to be fantastic. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.